Everybody wants more money, but nobody talks about what comes with it. I used to think if I just had more money, all my problems would go away. Less stress, more freedom, better life. But the truth is, when I started making more money, I actually started having more problems. It's crazy, right? I know some people is going to hear that and say, man, I'd rather have more money than no money. And I get that. I used to think the same way, like no bullshit. I used to think, man, if I had enough money, all my problems would go away. But what people don't understand, money doesn't remove your problems. It upgrades them in a big way. Um, when my business started growing and I started bringing in more money, I thought finally I made it. I'm getting money. I'm doing big things, doing everything that I need to do. Money rolling in the door, getting $10,000 checks, $15,000 checks here, and all this stuff. But what came with it? Employees depended on me. Clients expecting more. Bigger responsibilities every single day. Like responsibilities don't end. Now it's not just about me anymore. It's about making sure everybody else is straight. It's about making sure everybody else got what they need. It's just not me no more. It's more people. And if something go wrong, guess who it falls on? Me. Because the more money, the more problems. So, problem number one, when you have more money, is the responsibility. The money that you make, the more responsibilities you have. You're not just going to be working for yourself anymore. So, what I mean by that is, let's say right now I have a business and I have 3 employees, well 4. And all these employees have to get paid. So, I have to make sure that I'm responsible to make sure that they are getting paid. So I have to make sure that they are paid, because if they're not paid, then guess what? They quit. Or like nobody works for free. So I can't just say, oh, y'all not going to get paid. I'm going to pay myself. No. So if we don't make enough money that in that pay period from people not paying, then I have to make sure that they get paid first, and then I go back and I pay myself once all the checks clear and everything get wired over to us. So you have to be more responsible financially when you have more money, because if you don't, you're going to put yourself into a bigger issue that's going to lead to failure. Problem number 2, when you have more money, you have bigger bills. People think the more money they have, the less stress they have, but your bills don't stay the same. They get bigger. Now, for me, I got payroll, I got rent, I got overhead, I got all these things that I have to pay for. And I can't afford to mess it up. I can't afford to not pay for things. We have phone bills, we have internet bills, we have the rent, we have payroll, we have all this other stuff, insurance. So we have all of these things, taxes, and all of this stuff. I have to make sure that things is getting paid for. Bills alone in a month, probably, if I was to guess, including payroll, I'm probably at about a good 25K just in bills in a month, probably, roughly, guesstimate. But bills, it gets big. Like you still have a lot more bills that you have to make sure that it's getting paid for within that time period. If the bills is not getting paid, you're gonna end up getting put out your office. Employees gonna end up quitting. You're gonna end up fucked. So the more money means bigger bills. Problem number 3: when you have more money, you have a lot of mental pressure. Now this pressure, it hits different when people depend on you. I just want you to know that. Like when people depend on you, you have more pressure. Like, man, all these people is dependent on me. I can't fuck this up. I can't mess this up. I have to succeed in what I'm doing, because if I don't, I fell on everybody else that's dependent on me. So mentally, you have a lot of pressure in you. Right now, I have 3 kids, right? And they all like they have to depend on me. Like they depend on me um, as the father to make sure that they all are good. So they play sports. One is a baby, so I have to make sure everybody is good mentally because that's the man. I'm a man. I'm the man of the household. So I put in extra work to make sure that this stuff is done, and I have to make sure that everything is good with the business. So you get mentally pressured a lot. Um, like I just can't clock out mentally. Like your brain is always thinking. My brain is always thinking. Your brain is always thinking, and I'm always trying to solve problems. So even at night when I go to sleep, I wake up in the middle of the night like with ideas that's flowing through my brain, bro. It's crazy because my brain could never shut off. Like I'm literally always thinking. I wake up at 2 or 3 o'clock in the morning, start scrolling on my phone, start talking to ChatGPT, start searching up things because my mind is just steady on. Like my girl, she'll wake up and look at me like, "Why are you on your phone?" I'm like, I can't sleep. I just woke up and like I'm just thinking of stuff. Like my mind is always going, bro. So you always get mentally pressured um, when you make more money. It's going to happen. When you make more money, people start to change up. So with this one, I had some people to change up on me, but not really, because I really didn't have a lot of friends, and I still don't until this day. I really don't have a lot of people that's my friend because I just can't. But some people start treating you differently when you have more money. Some people expect a lot much more from you when you have more money. Um, some just disappear completely because you're in a different bracket when you get more money than your old friends. So just like forgot the saying that they say, but like when you grow and your friends not growing richer, you have to. Sadly, the sad thing is they're gonna end up getting left behind because you're gonna end up meeting more people that's in your tax bracket, and you're gonna be not tax bracket, but that's in your bracket, and you're gonna end up hanging with them more just because that's they in your bracket. They know what you need, or they might be better than you, and you're trying to learn more from them because you can learn more from people that's in a higher bracket than you, and that's a good thing to do. But some people change, and like some people, they expect more from you, so they'll ask you for more money or things like that. And you don't always have to say yes to this. I say no sometimes when people ask me for money. Like I can't give you all my money. I just can't. I have bigger bills that I have to pay. So just because it look like I'm rolling in dough, I'm not because I literally have to pay bills. I literally have to make sure everything is financially stable on all ends. So the most important part is this is the real truth right here, but it's not money that creates problems. It's not that money creates problems, all right? Money just exposes who you are. And I'm gonna say that again. It's not that money create problems. Money just exposes who you are. If you don't have discipline, it shows when you have money. I did not have, when I started making a lot of money, I was not prepared for it. I'm not gonna lie to you. I was not prepared when I started making that a lot of money. Now, since I've made a lot of money and I lost some of it, I'm mentally disciplined about money. I'm fixing my wrongs financially, and I'm disciplined more about how I need to handle money. Just because I wasn't back then, I am now, and I didn't learn that growing up either. Like I learned a little bit, but I didn't learn a lot at all. So, me growing up, and like as I got older, I started learning more about money. And like, man, I should have did X, Y, and Z instead of doing this because I would have saved so much more money. So just more things that I think about now that I should have thought about earlier in my life as I started making more money. If you don't have structure, it would show. It would show that you don't have structure, which it did. It showed that I didn't have structure financially. It happens. If you're not mentally strong, it will show. You have to be mentally strong when you have money. You have to. So that's why, like most people, they can't handle more money. They think they can, but they can't because they focus on money. They focus on making money, but they don't focus on becoming a person who can handle the money. Like, you can make as much money as you can and want, but if you don't know how to handle that money will literally, as fast as it comes in your bank account, it will be going right back out of your bank account because you don't know how to handle the money the correct way. So you don't need more money. You need better habits. You need better systems. You need better discipline. Right now, I built a lot of systems on ways how I need to pay off all my cards. And I don't owe a lot of debt as people think, but like I literally locked down all my credit cards. Everything this year been straight cash flow. I have not been using no credit cards. I've been paying down on all my credit cards just because I don't want no more of that debt and those interest rates. As I was looking at it today, my interest on some of those cards, I was like, damn, I'm paying this much in interest. This is ridiculous. I'm like, I have to get these done quick. So you need better habits, you need better systems, and you have to be disciplined when it comes down to money. So more money isn't the goal, all right? Becoming a person who can handle the more money, that's the goal. So you need to learn how to handle more money, how to like be more disciplined when it comes down to money. Because if you're not ready, more money would just bring more problems in your life, literally. So what I'd say is, when you don't have money, you still have problems. When you do have more money, you're still gonna have problems. So regardless about this money situation, you're gonna always have problems. So you've been disciplined and having better habits and systems will fix the money issue. So if you're trying to level up in life, build something bigger and really understand what it takes, hit subscribe down below, because over here we're not chasing money, we're building discipline. All right? Please like, comment, and subscribe to this video. I truly thank y'all for watching. Let me know in the comments below what you're gonna do to become more disciplined with your money and how you're gonna achieve that goal and what goals you have financially to make it through, get better financial freedom in your life, because I'm trying to get that financial freedom in my life as well. Thank y'all for watching.